Good day everyone, my name is Lilibet Artubadan and today I'm going to tackle the lesson 12 which is environmental crisis and sustainable development. The total number of human population increases as the demand of resource. Usage increases per person every decade. All the natural energy efficiency gains go towards accommodating every numbers of people. We are destroying the world's natural habitat in an unimaginable way just to provide food, things that we use in all the ways possible. Are we all ready to face the kickback of our Mother Earth? World's leading environmental problems. The Conserve Energy Future website lists the following environmental challenges that the world faces today. Number 1, the depredation caused by industrial and transportation toxins and plastic in the ground, the defilling of the sea, river, and the water beds by oil spills and acid rain, the dumping of urban waste. Number 2, changes in global weather patterns, which is flash or floods, extreme snowstorms, and the spread of desert, and the surge in the ocean and land temperature leading to a rise in sea levels. As the popular caps melt because of the weather, plus the flooding of many lowland areas across the world. Number 3, the overpopulation. Number 4, the exhaustion of the world's natural, non-renewable resources, from oil reserves to minerals to potable water. Number 5, a waste disposal catastrophe due to the excessive amount of waste, from the plastic to food packages to electronic waste, unloaded by communities in landfills as well as on the ocean, and the dumping of the nuclear waste. Number 6, the destruction of million-year-old ecosystem and the loss of biodiversity. The destruction of the coral reef and massive deforestation that have led to the extinction of particular species and the decline of the number of others. Next, number 7, the reduction of oxygen and the increase in carbon dioxide in the atmosphere because of the deforestation, resulting in the rise in ocean acidity as much as 150% in the last 250 years. Number 8, the depletion of the ozone layer, protecting the planet from the sun's deadly ultraviolet rays due to chlorofluorocarbons, which is CFC, in the atmosphere. Number 9, deadly acid rains as a result of fuel combustion, toxic chemical from erupting volcanoes, and the massive rotting vegetables, filling up garbage dams or left on the street. Number 10, water pollution arising from the industrial and community waste residues seeping into underground water tables, rivers, and seas. And number 11, which is the urban sprawls have continued to expand as a city turns into metropolis, destroying farmlands, increasing traffic gridlock, and making smog cloud as a permanent urban fixture. And number 12, which is the pandemic and the other threats in the public health arising from waste mixing with drinking water, polluted environment that become breeding grounds for mosquitoes and dengue, carrying rodents and pollution. And next, which is the number 13, a radical alteration of food system because of ground modification in the food production. Many of these problems are caused by natural changes, volcanic eruption, release toxins in the atmosphere, and lower the world's temperature. The U.S. Geological Survey measures the gas emission from the active Kilauea volcano and Hawaii, and concluded the Kilauea has been releasing more than twice the amount of noxious sulfur dioxide gas, which is SO2, as the single dirtiest power plant on the United States mainland. The 15 million tons of sulfur dioxide that were released when Mount Pinatubo erupted on June 15, 2001 created a hazy layer of aerosol particles composed primarily of sulfuric acid. Droplets that brought down the average global temperature by 0.6 degrees Celsius for the next 15 months. The volcanologist at the University of Hawaii added the Pinatubo had released 15 to 20 megaton of sulfur dioxide into the stratosphere to offset the present global warming trends and severely impact the ozone layer, the ozone budget. Air pollution can be damage human and animal health as well as the natural environment. Major contributors to air pollution are the and transportation, industry, and also the agriculture, which is respectively release large amounts of carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and methane, to name a few, into the atmosphere. Furthermore, as air pollution changes the chemical composition of the atmosphere, it can be lead to ecosystem changes in climate system.
Good day everyone, I am Marilyn Vitorani and I will going to present the continuation of our report about the environmental crisis and sustainable development. Water pollution. Water pollution occurs as bodies of water, oceans, lakes, rivers, and atmospheric water become contaminated by man-made waste substances. Water contamination can have adverse effects of human health. For instance, when drinking water sources are contaminated and surrounding ecosystem. Pollution of local water system can occur through individual activities, for example, disposing of consumer detergents down to the drains, industry, or agriculture, such as the runoff of chemical fertilizers. Waterborne pollution. According to NASA, 70% of the Earth's surface is water, yet only 2.5% of it is actually safe for humans and animals to drink. With so little of the global water supply potable, an abundance of waterborne pollutant could be catastrophic. There are several different types of pollutant that can enter a water source, and in a number of different ways. Sewage. Sewage is a human and animal waste primarily made up of fecal matter and other organic materials, as well as discarded inorganic waste. Sewage can enter a water system in a variety of ways, from a gutter along with rainwater, which is called urban runoff, from inadequate septic tank system or septic leak lines, and from faulty public sewage facilities. Sewage can generate a high concentration of pathogenic microorganisms, including harmful bacteria. Fertilizers. Farmers and ranchers use fertilizers to enrich the soil with nutrients plants need to grow. Many fertilizers can obtain natural chemical compounds such as phosphates and nitrates. When these chemicals infiltrate a water system in vast quantities, they can upset the natural balance of these elements, creating an environmental ideal for an overpopulation of algae. The aquatic system becomes polluted when this overabundant algae decrease the oxygen and clouds the water. Fertilizers can enter a major waterway through agriculture runoff by way of field canals. Eutrophication. Eutrophication is pollution caused when soil sediments such as silt and other organic matter such as dead plants, leaves, and grasses slowly enter a water system through erosion or natural forces. The organic materials build up in ponds, lakes, rivers, and streams. The matter gradually fills the body of water until it can no longer sustain enough light and oxygen for aquatic plants. The water also become inundated with high levels of nutrients. Once the aquatic system become eutrophic with nutrients, excessive amounts of algae begin to grow, which also causes a decrease in oxygen. Eutrophication can also clog water inlets and outlets, essentially cutting the natural flow of fresh water and creating a stagnant bog of lifeless pool. Soil pollution. Soil pollution occurs as harmful man-made substances leak into the soil. This can be caused by pesticide runoff, leakage of underground storage tank, dumping and percolation of contaminant surface water to lower soil strata, or the presence of landfills. Soil contamination by man-made pollutant can have devastating consequences to ecosystem as contaminant travel up to the food chain, from plants to high-order carnivores. Contamination of soil used for agricultures or in proximity to a public drinking water source can have similarly dire consequences for human health. Radioactive pollution. Radioactive pollution can result from the improper disposal of nuclear waste, the accidental discharge of core materials from a nuclear power plant, or the detonation of a nuclear explosive device, depending on the type of nuclear materials present. Ionizing radiation is destructive to living tissue and can cause chronic illnesses, particularly forms of cancer, mutation, and in large doses, dead immediately following exposure. Climate change and global warming. Climate change is the defining issue of our time, and we are at a defining moment. From shifting weather patterns that threaten food production to rising sea levels that increase the risk of catastrophic flooding. The impact of climate change are global in scope and scale, unprecedented in scale. Without drastic action today, adapting to this impact in the future will be more difficult and costly. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, or IPCC, was set up by the World Meteorological Organization, or WHMO, and United Nations Environment to provide an objective source of scientific information. In 2013, the IPCC provided more clarify about the role of human activities in climate change. When it released its Fifth Assessment Report, it is categorical in its conclusion: climate change is real in human activities as the main cause.